Did you experience any of that in bodybuilding, which especially, during your time wasn't necessarily a sport for African Americans? How much of that did you experience during your career?
For an example, I wanted Mr. Universe, come home. There's a magazine called Muscle Digest, and they wanted to do a story on me and this and that. I go, okay, I'll do it but you have to put me on the cover of the magazine. Mike Glass, white guy, nice guy, good friend of mine, came back and said, John, he said no. I go, why? He put his head down. I said, just tell me, who cares? Because you're black. I'm thinking he's joking, right? They didn't say that, right? He goes, yeah. I go, why would he say who cares? White people love black bodybuilders. What they sell, if they put you on the cover, the sales will drop.
Wow.
And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. I don't believe it, but whatever. I said, well, I'm not going to do it. And then they agreed. So yeah, there were some things. But again, I don't care.
To that point, and I know you're saying, or you speak of how things are different. And I do believe they're different in some ways. I think it's evolved from that. I don't believe it's the simple, just we can't do it because he's black. But there is a connection to the culture that they're unfamiliar with. When you look at someone like a Lamar Jackson, right, who still has his same friends from South Florida, who wears his hair a certain way, who dresses a certain way coming into the game, who wears a grill, but who's also a two-time MVP, who's also a three-time first-team All-Pro. Mm-hmm. His statistics, his accolades, his production should be used as one of the faces of the league and marketed that way, but he's not. And then you look at a Josh Allen or you look at a Patrick Mahomes, and they are seen that way and talked about that way and marketed that way. And so where I agree with you, your children are not a part of the same era or culture that you were, there's still some of those remnants of things that you have gone through.
Yes, I agree with that.
200%.
The great analogy you just gave. And I believe that things are slowly changing, I 100% agree that Lamar Jackson should be celebrated more for his accomplishments. So, and I think I'm hoping that, as we progress through life, things change because 100% that is still there. I see it every day. I'm not ignorant to that fact.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me, can't pin in it. I fought to hear to witness it.